Breaking free from the comfort zone is the first step towards winning. It's where dreams go to die and where mediocrity thrives. If you want to achieve anything extraordinary, you must be willing to step outside the comfortable and embrace the unknown. Your biggest potential is locked behind the walls of comfort, and the only way to unlock it is to take the leap. Are you ready to break free and start winning? The comfort zone is often seen as a place of safety, a refuge from the pressures and challenges of life. It's where everything feels familiar, predictable, and easy. However, this sense of security is a double-edged sword. While it offers temporary relief from discomfort and risk, it is also the silent killer of success. When I remain in my comfort zone, I am settling for mediocrity. I am choosing to stay in a space where I'm not pushing myself to grow, to stretch my capabilities, or to unlock my true potential. Success doesn't come from staying where things are easy. It comes from moving beyond the limits of what's comfortable. The problem with the comfort zone is that it's a trap. It lulls me into a false sense of security, where I believe that playing it safe will lead to happiness and success. But in reality, the longer I stay in my comfort zone, the more I limit my growth. The comfort zone is a place where I am unlikely to face challenges that force me to improve, and where I can coast through life without ever really testing my limits. While I may feel safe, I am not evolving. I am not becoming the best version of myself. And ultimately, I am not achieving anything extraordinary. When I stay in my comfort zone, I'm not taking risks, and without risks, there is no reward. If I want to achieve something great, I have to be willing to take chances and step into the unknown. The comfort zone tricks me into believing that safety is the path to success, but in truth, it's the path to stagnation. The greatest successes in life come from venturing outside of discomfort, from taking calculated risks, and from facing the uncertainty that comes with new challenges. Those who win, those who achieve greatness, are the ones who break free from their comfort zones and push themselves beyond what feels safe. By staying in the comfort zone, I'm also avoiding failure, but this is a mistake. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Failure is feedback, a tool for growth. When I play it safe, I'm not giving myself the opportunity to fail, and therefore, I am not giving myself the chance to learn from my mistakes. True growth happens when I fail and get back up, when I experience setbacks and use them to propel myself forward. The comfort zone may keep me from failing, but it also keeps me from achieving anything remarkable. It's only when I step outside of that space that I can take the risks that lead to both failure and success. The comfort zone also prevents me from discovering new opportunities. The world outside of the comfort zone is full of potential, full of new experiences, connections, and pathways that can transform my life. But if I stay in the familiar, I miss all of it. Opportunities often come in the form of uncertainty, situations that seem risky or unknown. The moment I step outside my comfort zone, I open myself up to the chance of discovering something better, something bigger than I ever imagined. I may not know exactly where the path leads, but by taking the first step outside of my comfort zone, I put myself in a position to find opportunities I would have otherwise missed. If I want to achieve greatness, I must choose discomfort over comfort. I must choose the hard work over the easy path. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by sticking with what's familiar and safe. They ventured into the unknown, they took risks, and they faced challenges head-on. They didn't wait for the perfect time to act. They created opportunities through action. By pushing myself beyond the comfort zone, I am forced to grow, to think creatively, to adapt to new circumstances, and to build the resilience needed to succeed. The comfort zone is a place where I can stay forever, safe from the fear of failure and the discomfort of change. But staying there won't get me anywhere. If I want to truly win, I need to break free from the comfort zone. I need to challenge myself to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. I need to face my fears, take risks, and embrace the unknown. Only then will I be able to discover what I'm truly capable of. The path to success is not in the comfort zone. It's beyond it, in the realm of uncertainty, challenge, and growth. The moment I step outside, the real journey begins. Growth happens outside the comfort zone. This is a fundamental truth, yet it's one that many of us resist because it's uncomfortable and challenging. We are naturally inclined to stay within what we know, where everything is predictable and familiar. But it's in the uncomfortable, unfamiliar spaces that real growth occurs. If I want to become better, stronger, and more capable, I have to venture beyond the limits of my comfort zone. It's easy to think that staying safe will lead to success, but the reality is that comfort keeps me stagnant while discomfort fuels progress. When I step outside of my comfort zone, I am forced to face the unknown. This might seem intimidating at first, but it's in those moments of uncertainty that I grow the most. The challenges I face push me to adapt, to think on my feet, and to find creative solutions. It's easy to stick with what's comfortable because it feels safe, but nothing extraordinary happens there. The real breakthroughs occur when I'm willing to step into uncomfortable situations, take on new challenges, and push myself to new heights. Growth is uncomfortable by nature. If I'm not uncomfortable, I'm probably not pushing myself hard enough. Comfort is where I stay the same, where nothing really changes. But every time I push myself beyond what I thought I could do, I expand my abilities, my mindset, and my potential. Whether it's taking on a difficult project, having a tough conversation, or learning a new skill, stepping out of my comfort zone forces me to confront limitations and overcome them. That's where growth happens, in the stretch, in the discomfort of pushing past what I thought was possible. When I stay within the comfort zone, I miss out on valuable lessons that only come through struggle. Success doesn't come from doing things that are easy. It comes from overcoming obstacles, learning from mistakes, and developing resilience. Every challenge I face outside my comfort zone is an opportunity to learn and grow. If I only stick to what I know, I'm not giving myself the chance to experience these crucial learning moments. Growth happens when I fail, when things don't go as planned, and when I have to adjust and try again. These are the moments that shape me, that push me to develop new skills, refine my approach, and become better at what I do. By embracing discomfort, I also expand my capacity to handle adversity. The more I step outside of my comfort zone, the more resilient I become. At first, the discomfort feels overwhelming, but the more I expose myself to it, the more I learn to deal with it. The discomfort doesn't go away, but I learn how to handle it with more confidence and ease. The resilience I build by constantly pushing myself beyond my limits is one of the most valuable skills I can develop. It's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about learning to thrive in it, to use it as a tool for growth. Stepping outside my comfort zone also helps me uncover new opportunities. When I limit myself to the familiar, I close myself off to all the possibilities that exist beyond my current scope. Every time I take a risk, try something new, or challenge myself, I open the door to new experiences and opportunities that I would have never encountered if I stayed safe. These opportunities may be uncomfortable at first, but they hold the potential to lead me to places I never imagined. The world outside the comfort zone is full of possibility, but I'll never know what's out there unless I'm willing to take that first step. Growth is not just about learning new skills or achieving new goals. It's also about expanding my sense of self. When I take on challenges that push me beyond my comfort zone, I discover new strengths within myself. I realize that I am capable of more than I thought, and that confidence spills over into every area of my life. It changes the way I see myself and what I'm capable of. The person I am today is limited by the boundaries of my comfort zone. But when I push those boundaries, I uncover a new version of myself, one that's more confident, more capable, and more resilient. Finally, the discomfort of stepping outside the comfort zone fuels progress. Each time I face fear, uncertainty, or failure, I learn how to move through it. The more I embrace the discomfort, the more progress I make. It's not always easy, and it's not always smooth, but it's the only path to real growth. Every time I take the leap into discomfort, I move closer to becoming the person I want to be. Growth is inevitable when I commit to stepping out of my comfort zone, and each challenge becomes a stepping stone towards success. If I want to achieve anything extraordinary, I must be willing to leave the comfort zone behind. It's in the discomfort that I find my true potential, and it's in taking risks and facing challenges that I become the best version of myself. Growth happens when I push myself to do things that scare me, to learn from failure, and to embrace the unknown. Only then can I truly start winning. Fear is a natural reaction to stepping outside of my comfort zone, but it's not something that should hold me back. In fact, fear is a sign that I'm doing something right. Fear means I'm about to take a risk, try something new, or challenge myself in a way that pushes me beyond my limits. Most people avoid fear because it feels uncomfortable, but the truth is, fear is simply a signal of growth. It's my mind telling me that I'm about to step into unfamiliar territory, and it's exactly in these moments that I need to lean into fear, not run away from it. The fear I experience when I push myself out of my comfort zone is normal. It's the body's natural response to uncertainty and change. But the key is to understand that fear isn't my enemy. It's a part of the process. Fear often arises when I'm faced with something that matters, something that requires my full commitment and energy. It's a signal that I'm moving towards something meaningful, something that will help me grow. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, I need to see it as a companion on my journey, a reminder that I'm on the right path. When I face fear, I often want to shrink back, to stay in the comfortable and familiar, where there's no risk of failure. But I've learned that staying in that safe zone only keeps me stuck. If I want to achieve anything extraordinary, I have to confront fear head on. The people who succeed in life aren't those who don't feel fear. They're the ones who feel it and take action anyway. They're the ones who push through their fear, who use it as fuel for their journey instead of letting it paralyze them. Fear, when properly managed, becomes the catalyst for my growth. It forces me to step up, face challenges, and move forward, even when things feel uncertain. One of the most important lessons I've learned is that fear doesn't go away, but it can be controlled. The more I embrace fear and take action despite it, the less power it has over me. The first time I face fear, it feels overwhelming and consuming. But every time I push through it, it gets easier. The fear may still be there, but it no longer stops me. I develop the mental strength to keep going even when I'm afraid. Over time, I build a tolerance to fear, and it stops being something that controls me. Instead, it becomes a tool I use to grow stronger, wiser, and more confident. Fear is often rooted in the unknown. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of not being good enough. But none of these fears are reasons to stay stuck. Every successful person has failed multiple times, faced rejection, and doubted their abilities. What separates them from those who don't succeed is their ability to take action in the face of fear. They understand that failure is not the end. It's a learning opportunity. They view rejection not as a reflection of their worth, but as a necessary part of the process. Fear and failure go hand in hand, but both are temporary obstacles that can be overcome with persistence and action. When I lean into fear, I often discover strengths within myself that I didn't know existed. I learn that I am capable of handling much more than I thought. Every time I take action in the face of fear, I gain confidence. I see that I can navigate uncertainty, deal with challenges, and keep going, even when the outcome is uncertain. This confidence builds on itself and becomes a powerful tool for my continued success. The more I face fear, the more I trust myself and my ability to handle whatever comes my way. Fear also helps me become more resourceful. When I'm afraid, I have to find creative solutions to problems. I can't rely on the same old ways of doing things because they aren't enough to push me through the fear. Fear forces me to think outside the box, to adapt, and to innovate. It challenges me to become better, faster, and more effective. Every time I face fear and overcome it, I build resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. Resilience is what allows me to stay in a game long enough to win. Ultimately, fear is a sign that I'm stepping up. It means that I'm doing something that matters, something that will take me closer to my goals. Fear is a normal part of growth and success. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to learn how to navigate it and use it to my advantage. When I push through fear, I unlock new opportunities, discover my true potential, and continue growing. Fear doesn't have to hold me back. It's a signal that I'm about to take a step forward, and that's exactly where I need to be. Every time I step outside my comfort zone, I unlock the potential for small wins that gradually add up to something much bigger. But the small wins teach me how to handle challenges and keep going despite difficulties. It's easy to give up when I think success is far away, but when I can recognize and celebrate the small victories, I can see how far I've come. Even when things don't go as planned, these small wins give me the strength to keep pushing forward. They remind me that every step, no matter how small, is progress. Even failures or mistakes become opportunities for learning, not reasons to quit. Small wins build the mental toughness I need to stay in the game for the long haul. As I continue to build on these small wins, they start to snowball, leading to bigger victories. The more small wins I achieve, the more I see what I'm capable of. Each win opens up new possibilities, new opportunities, and new pathways. The key is consistency. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow, but when I focus on small wins, I start to realize that success doesn't happen all at once. It's built over time, step by step. Every small action I take is a step closer to achieving my bigger goals. Taking small steps also reduces the fear of failure. If I take on something huge right away and fail, it can feel like a major setback. But by focusing on smaller, manageable tasks, I reduce the risk of being overwhelmed by failure. Each small step is an opportunity to refine my approach, learn, and adjust. If I stumble, I can easily course correct without feeling like I've lost everything. Small wins help me build the resilience I need to bounce back quickly and keep moving forward, no matter the setbacks. Ultimately, small wins lead to big results. By focusing on making steady progress, I can move closer to my goals without feeling overwhelmed. Success is not about making huge leaps in one day. It's about taking consistent action over time. Every small win is a testament to my commitment, effort, and ability to overcome challenges. The more I take small steps outside my comfort zone, the more I realize that breaking through my limits doesn't require giant, overwhelming moves. It just takes consistent, deliberate action. The fear of failure often holds people back from stepping outside their comfort zone. But when I'm obsessed with my goals, I start to reframe failure as feedback rather than a defeat. Failure isn't the end of the road. It's a crucial part of the journey. In fact, it's one of the most valuable teachers I can have. The moment I stop seeing failure as something to fear and start seeing it as something to learn from, I unlock my ability to keep progressing, no matter what obstacles come my way. The reality is that failure is inevitable. No one who has achieved anything extraordinary has done so without facing setbacks along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not that successful people avoid failure, but that they embrace it and learn from it. When I fail, it's not a sign that I'm not capable. It's an opportunity to adjust, rethink my strategy, and improve my approach. Each failure is a data point that helps me figure out what works and what doesn't. It's the most direct way for me to refine my approach, identify weaknesses, and strengthen my skills. If I'm only focused on the fear of failure, I'll never take the risks necessary for growth. But when I shift my perspective, I see that failure is not only an option, it's necessary for progress. I can't learn or grow if I'm not willing to try new things and risk falling short. Every time I fail, I learn something new. Whether it's a lesson in perseverance, a new skill, or an insight into a different way of thinking. If I want to keep moving forward, I need to accept that failure is a natural part of the process. Obsession gives me the courage to fail forward. Instead of getting discouraged or letting failure make me feel defeated, I use it as a stepping stone. I take the feedback from each failure, adjust my approach, and continue moving forward. Failure stops being something that holds me back and starts becoming something that drives me forward. The more I fail, the more I learn. The more I learn, the better I become at achieving my goals. The fear of failure also tends to stop me from taking action in the first place. When I let fear control my decisions, I don't even give myself the opportunity to succeed because I'm paralyzed by the possibility of failure. But when I'm obsessed with my goal, I realize that not taking action is far worse than failing. Failing means I've tried. I've pushed myself beyond my comfort zone, and I've learned. Not trying means I've stayed in the same place, avoiding growth and missing out on opportunities. When I embrace failure as part of the process, I am free to take risks, make mistakes, and keep moving forward toward success. Obsession also helps me develop a healthier relationship with failure. Rather than seeing failure as a reflection of my abilities or character, I begin to see it as an event, something that happened in a particular moment, not something that defines me. This shift in mindset is powerful. It means that no single failure can define my future. I separate my identity from my mistakes, allowing myself to fail without letting that failure stick. I can make mistakes, learn from them, and then move on with confidence, knowing that failure is not a reflection of who I am, but of the effort I've put in and the lessons I've learned. Failure also builds resilience, which is one of the most important qualities I can develop if I want to succeed. Every time I fail and keep going, I get stronger. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about bouncing back from it, staying focused, and moving forward. The more I fail and recover, the more resilient I become. This resilience helps me stay committed to my goals, even when the road gets tough. Obsession fuels this resilience by keeping my vision clear and reminding me that every setback is just a part of the journey. Ultimately, failure is not something I should fear or avoid. It's a necessary part of my growth, and I need to embrace it if I want to achieve anything worthwhile. When I'm obsessed with my goals, failure becomes a tool for growth rather than a setback. Each failure brings me closer to my ultimate success, teaching me valuable lessons and refining my approach. By embracing failure and seeing it as feedback, I can continue to push forward, stay focused, and ultimately achieve the success I desire. Obsession drives mastery, and mastery is the ultimate reward for anyone who is willing to sacrifice comfort and push themselves beyond their limits. When I'm obsessed with a goal, I'm not just aiming for success or achieving short-term wins. I'm aiming for excellence, for the highest level of proficiency I can reach in whatever I choose to focus on. This obsession forces me to dig deeper, to study harder, and to continually refine my skills until I am truly exceptional at what I do. Mastery isn't something that happens by accident. It's the result of relentless dedication and obsessive practice. Mastery requires an unshakable commitment to improvement. The more obsessed I am with becoming the best, the more I push myself to learn and adapt. There are no shortcuts to mastery. It's about showing up every day, putting in the hours, and pushing through the discomfort of growth. Mastery isn't about being perfect, but about constantly getting better, correcting mistakes, and refining my approach. It's about a never-ending cycle of improvement, where every failure is an opportunity to learn, and every success is a reminder that I can achieve even more. Obsession doesn't allow me to be satisfied with good enough. If I'm obsessed with mastering something, I'm constantly seeking ways to do it better. I'm not content with mediocrity, and I don't settle for anything less than the highest level of competence I can achieve. Whether I'm mastering a skill, a craft, or a profession, Obsession drives me to focus on the smallest details, to perfect my technique, and to push myself until I've reached a level of mastery that others can't easily replicate. This level of dedication to mastery means that I am willing to make sacrifices. Mastery requires time, effort, and sometimes even personal sacrifices. If I'm obsessed with becoming the best, I need to be willing to let go of distractions, put in the work when others are resting, and prioritize my goal above everything else. Mastery isn't something that happens without intense focus and effort. It requires me to put in the time and energy to become so good at something that it becomes second nature. There are no shortcuts, and obsession doesn't allow me to take the easy way out. When I'm obsessed with mastery, I also understand that it's a long-term pursuit. Achieving mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes years, and I need to be patient and persistent. Obsession helps me stay focused on the long-term vision, even when progress feels slow. Each small step, each day of improvement brings me closer to my ultimate goal. Obsession is what keeps me going when the journey gets tough, when results don't come as quickly as I want them to. It's the driving force that keeps me moving forward, even when the road ahead seems long and uncertain. Mastery also requires a growth mindset. When I'm obsessed with something, I'm constantly looking for ways to improve. I'm open to feedback, to criticism, and to learning from others who are better than me. Obsession doesn't let me stay stuck in my ways. It pushes me to be open-minded, to experiment, and to find new methods that will get me closer to perfection. It means accepting that I don't know everything and that there is always room to grow. Mastery requires humility, a willingness to acknowledge that I can always learn more and improve, no matter how far I've come. The pursuit of mastery doesn't just make me better at one thing, it transforms me. It changes my mindset, my approach to life, and the way I see challenges. When I commit to mastering something, I develop mental toughness, discipline, and resilience. These qualities carry over into every area of my life, making me more capable of handling challenges, overcoming obstacles, and achieving success in all areas. The obsession with mastery forces me to grow, not just in my skill, but as a person, shaping me into someone who doesn't settle for less than their best. In the end, obsession is what turns me into a master of my craft. It's the driving force behind every success, every breakthrough, and every achievement. If I want to truly be the best at what I do, I have to be obsessed with mastering it. The journey to mastery isn't easy, but it's worth it because mastery brings a level of competence and confidence that nothing else can match. And that's when real success happens. When I've put in the work, faced the challenges, and reached a level of mastery that sets me apart from the rest. Obsession requires sacrifice, and achieving anything extraordinary demands that I give up something along the way. The comfort zone, distractions, and even relationships often need to be set aside if I want to truly succeed. Sacrifice doesn't mean abandoning what matters most in life, but it does mean prioritizing my goals over temporary comforts. When I'm obsessed with a goal, I understand that success isn't just about achieving it. It's about dedicating the time, energy, and focus necessary to make it happen. Time is the first thing I often sacrifice. Success doesn't come from doing the bare minimum. It's about putting in the hours, even when I'd rather be doing something else. When I'm obsessed, every hour spent in pursuit of my goal feels purposeful. Whether it's skipping social events or forgoing leisure activities, I understand that time is a limited resource. Every hour I invest in my dreams brings me closer to them, even if it means missing out on short-term pleasures. My obsession keeps me focused on the bigger picture, where the payoff of my sacrifices will be far greater than anything I could gain by staying comfortable.